Strip away that piercing electronic noise out there, folks. Press your eardrums tight against this high-pressure exhaust stream. Can you measure the pounding force of the centrifugal mass hammering straight down into the test stand base? The burnt stench of metal filings grinding against each other and the oxygen-starved oil film choking the workshop air. It's all right here. Push aside those smooth, plastic-coated circuit board toys. Welcome back to the test stand with the engine history. In today's load forcing session, we strip bare the specifications of the most brutal solid cast metallurgical engine blocks ever made. Forget admiration. This is a machining furnace, a pulse-driven load chamber where fire and pressure squeeze every last ounce of fatigue resistance out of metal to grind through time itself. Mechanics, gear up. We're throwing the lever and slamming the revs. Looking at these massive slabs of solid cast iron grinding under load, you begin to understand a great machining philosophy. Machines were built to work forever. Engineers of the past did not rely on simulation software. They forged with calipers, sledgehammers, furnace fire, and instinct. Every engine block, every crankshaft was cast with excess tolerance for fatigue resistance, built to carry loads in the harshest environments, from dark mines to raging oceans. Once they bite into revs, they never drop rhythm. If you are addicted to the smell of heat-resistant grease and fascinated by the brutal pressure of flywheel inertia, subscribe to the engine history right now. Your follow is the high-pressure stream of lubricating oil that keeps the team hunting down and tearing apart these steel heritage machines. Opening today's test session is the ultimate symbol of endurance, the Lister CS stationary engine block. Cast in an era when structural rigidity was more valuable than gold, this cold start diesel served as the working lung of countless farms across the globe. Forget electronic starters. Mechanics had to use sheer physical strength to spin the massive, solid cast flywheel into motion. As the crank passed top dead center, the decompression system snapped shut and cylinder pressure surged, forcing the fuel mixture to ignite on its own. A cloud of black smoke burst out, followed by a slow, sharp exhaust rhythm. Operating at extremely low revolutions, its torsional pulling force is unmatched. Watch the oil droplets drip and bathe the exposed rocker arms, and you will understand a metallurgical design that simply cannot be destroyed. To push the intensity further, take a look at one of the most brutal designs in aviation history, the Gnome monosoupape rotary engine. It overturns every conventional principle of reciprocating motion. The crankshaft is fixed in place, while the entire cylinder assembly spins violently with the propeller under centrifugal force. When ignited, it produces a chaotic spectrum of mechanical output. Castor oil lubrication is flung everywhere under rotation, releasing a choking chemical stench into the cockpit. With no governing system, pilots had to control engine speed by cutting ignition at the spark plugs. Its sound is harsh, aggressive, and relentlessly tearing a continuous sequence of roaring pulses that shred the eardrums. This is a configuration that pushes metal fatigue tolerance to its absolute limit in order to dominate the skies. Bringing the test stand back to ground level, the crew faces a heavyweight stationary force, the Crossley horizontal gas engine. If you want to understand early industrial mechanics, look directly at this machine. A massive horizontal cylinder block paired with a fully exposed crankshaft configuration, revealing every mechanical clearance. It operates on a stubborn hit-and-miss governing system. When the load drops, the centrifugal governor locks the exhaust valve, cutting combustion. The engine holds its breath, coasting freely on flywheel inertia. When speed falls below the set threshold, the mechanism releases and delivers a brutal compression stroke, blasting out a surge of hot gas that spikes the revs again. Stand close to the test stand, and you can physically feel the air pressure being torn apart with each exhaust pulse. Closing today's test session is a true load-bearing giant, capable of shaking the entire workshop foundation. The EMD 567 V16 diesel engine. This is the power core of locomotives hauling freight across continents. Using a two-stroke V16 configuration, it draws in air with brutal force through a Roots supercharger mounted on top of the cylinder heads. Starting it is a full sensory assault. The starter screams, injectors clatter, and all 16 pistons fire in synchronized compression bursts. The sound waves slam straight into your chest. With torque measured in thousands of foot-pounds, it can drag thousands of tons of ore across steep terrain. Thick diesel smoke pours out, sealing an era where raw mechanical force defined every performance specification. When the high-pressure pump valve is cut off, the crankshaft drags through a few final rotations before locking dead. The machine falls silent, but the heat of material expansion and the thick residue of burnt oil still cling tightly to the test stand. These cast iron blocks sit weathered, paint peeled away, drinking fuel like water, extreme and unforgiving. Yet they slam one immortal specification straight into the face of fragile circuit boards, the structural rigidity of pure mechanical engineering. Strip away the outer shell, and every bearing clearance, every rocker arm movement is exposed 100% under the eyes of working mechanics, raw, uncompromised, real-world load endurance. Thank you for standing your ground and breathing in the scorched air with the engine history today. Between the brutal torsional force of the V16 and the tolerance-draining endurance of the Lister CS, which specification do you lock in? Drop your evaluation straight into the comments for the crew to tear apart. If you enjoy watching these load-forcing machines, hit that like button to keep the momentum going. See you in the next rev-crushing test session.